Hello, and welcome to this Pluribus Network's online technical training session. This session will outline the procedures necessary to get you up and running on Open Netvisor Linux. This overview session will outline the basic steps needed to get Open Netvisor Linux up and running. For complete details of the procedures described in this training, review the ONVL product documentation. First, the Dell Open Networking hardware installation is outlined. Then the Pluribus Network's cloud portal functions are described. Then ONVL installation and provisioning are described. Finally, post-installation configuration steps are outlined. Let's get started by outlining the hardware installation procedures. Review the Getting Started guides for your networking hardware. This information is pretty straightforward, but it is critical to understand the safety considerations before proceeding. Use this documentation to get your switches powered up. Now let's discuss the basic functions of the Pluribus Network's cloud portal. Review the Pluribus Network's Cloud Introduction online technical training for general information about the Pluribus Network's cloud portal. This training session will focus on product activation and downloading activation keys and software. First, let's review access to the Pluribus Network's cloud portal. Login credentials are provided when a Pluribus Network's product that requires activation is purchased, or you can create your own by clicking on the Sign Up link. Now let's look at the Activations page. Authorization codes are associated with your login credentials. Authorization codes are then associated with activation keys using the service tag. Enter the service tag and press the Activate button to generate activation keys. The activation keys are used in the ONVL software installation procedure described later in this session. However, if your switch will not have internet access over the management interface during ONVL software installation, then you need to download the activation keys at this time. Finally, the software page provides access to current software releases from Pluribus Networks. It also provides access to prior releases using the Archives selection in the navigation menu on the left side of the screen, or under the Archives section on the right side of the screen. Clicking the Download button next to the desired release begins the download process. ONVL software installation is comprised of two steps: installation and provisioning. Review the Open Network Installation Environment, or ONI, Quick Start Guide, and the Open Netvisor Linux Getting Started Guide for details about the installation process. There are many installation options, but one simple method is to put the ONVL software image on a USB stick and insert that USB stick into the USB port on the switch. During power-up, ONVL installation is automatic, assuming no other operating system is present on the switch. ONVL provisioning is also automatic if the activation process has already been completed and the switch has access to the internet. If the switch does not have internet access, then offline provisioning is required. The activation keys downloaded earlier must be copied to a USB stick and inserted into the USB port on the switch. The ONVL provisioning process will automatically locate the activation keys on the USB stick and provision the switch. After the ONVL installation and provisioning are complete, there are many configuration steps necessary to complete the setup of the switch. Review the Open Netvisor Linux Design Guide, Leaf-Spine Architecture, for complete configuration details. The process includes initial switch setup, configuration of the foundational objects, VLAN configuration and vRouter configuration, and finally, there are many other tools and features covered to help you to get the most out of ONVL. That completes the Open Netvisor Linux Getting Started Guide online technical training session. Thanks for watching.